Fernwood. Fernwood Tonight. 30 minutes of very remarkable entertainment. Coming to you live with your host for tonight, Mr. Barth Gimbel. Tonight, Barth's guest will be Donna Lou Savage singing I Loves You, Porky. Dr. Hugh Slocum to tell us about a new body organ. And Mrs. Marianne Cox to share her accident with a star. And Happy Kind and the Mirth Makers. And me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. And now here's your host and mine, Mr. Barth Gimbel.
Thank you. Oh, boy. And I haven't even done anything yet. That's great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to Fernwood Tonight. My name is Barth Gimbel. Thank you. This program, I think, is the program that proves that any young, scared, blonde-haired baby in his mother's arms can grow up to become a successful talk show host as long as he's got incredible talent, remarkable charisma, impressive diction, and stunningly brute good looks. In other words, the American dream. You really can't pick up a newspaper these days without reading about someone somewhere who began with 10 lousy dollars and an idea, and today is living on Easy Street in Arizona. That's the American dream. But you don't have to go to Arizona to find that American dream. It exists right here in Fernwood. The freckle-faced kid with the science fair experiment could be just a dream away from a cure for arthritis, neurosis, or nostalgia. The lonely old man sitting over coffee at the Cup and Sup who's designed a perfectly beautiful commemorative stamp and doesn't know how to get it to Washington. The bearded young guy with a folio of tie-dye ideas and a too small apartment. It makes me just stop and think. Why is he doing tie-dye in 1977? Well, for all of you who still dare to dream, things are going to start looking up as soon as you do. That's right. I'm up here, and I want to help you down there. Now, I personally can't give you Easy Street in Arizona, but I can give you what it takes to get there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, every night throughout this entire ratings week, we'll be giving away $10 to the person who sends in the best unfulfilled American dream. We want your dreams no matter how big, no matter how small, from living with someone you actually like to paying next month's utility bill. Whatever it is, send me your dream. If we think $10 can help you fulfill it, you got it. And I don't want to hear thank you either. Just get busy. Okay, Jerry?
All dreams should be 15 words or less and original copy, no carbons. Send to Still a Dream, Gimbel Co. Enterprises. Attention, Copyrights Department. Post Office Box 78924, Fernwood, Ohio. Please enclose an unaddressed stamped envelope with your dream. And good luck from all of us here at the Channel 6 family.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. The unmistakable sound of Mr. Jerry Hubbard. Let's have a nice hand for him. Good, Jerry.
I'm like the guy holding on to that rope, the dangling from the hot air balloon. I don't know whether to jump off before it gets too high or just sit it out or what.
Well, that's true, Jerry. I don't know, you think
That's not exactly what I meant to say. No,
sure.
I'm jumping on, not off.
Jumping on. You think we're biting off more than we can chew here trying to help out all those unfulfilled dreams?
Not knowing you, I think you got, you're the man who can pull it off, if anyone can.
Thank you.
I'll be interested to see some of those dreams. I bet there's some Lollapaloozas.
Oh, there'll be some great ones.
I'd pay a few dollars to hear a few that we probably can't
say on the air, yeah. Well, I'm sure that if these dreams do get fulfilled, it'll help boost culture and life here in general in Fernwood, and that's what we're looking forward to. Speaking of the fact that culture, Fernwood is actually no stranger to culture. Here in the Tri-County area, we have our own hockey rink. 2 drive-in movies, and with all of that going on, it should really come as no surprise to hear that another musical star is rising here in Fernwood. Think you know who I'm about to talk about?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. She's 10-year-old Donna Lou Savage, and she's been studying voice for 3 years now, and she is so good that she has no one her own age to sing with. So tonight, our own Happy Kind, from the Happy Kind of the Mirthmakers, of course, is going to join Donna Lou in a classical duet favorite. Happy doesn't sing as well either, but at least he can stay out late. So please welcome Donna Lou Savage and our own Happy Kind.
Anyway, I'm gonna steal my woman. If you want to stay with Porgy, you
Very impressive.
Terrific.
Very nice. Wow. Very impressive. And Happy reminded me of Al Jolson there.
A little bit,
Yeah.
Donna Lou, that was just incredible. You can really sing. That's just amazing. I've never heard a 10-year-old sing like that, and especially have that kind of interpretation of a song of that sort since at 10 years old, you probably never loved and lost, right? You never know. And you certainly never got to work on a slave plantation, that's for sure.
No, sing like that, she probably never will. But you know something? I don't mean to be critical, you know, but it's easy to criticize. I never did like that song, though, because it was so ungrammatical. I never understood how Rodgers and Hammerstein could write words like, I loves you, Porky.
It was Gershwin. It was George and Ira Gershwin.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's a relief. I didn't think Rodgers and Hammerstein would commit a boo-boo like that. But even with George and Iris.
It was Ira.
Well, whoever. I just feel, I know, kind of hopefully thought that maybe it was just an oversight on their part, maybe a typographical error that the secretary didn't bother to proofread. And once people started singing it that way, it was hard to stop that old musical snowball.
That's true. Well, Donna Lou, it's been really nice chatting with you.
How old are you, Donna Lou?
I'm 10.
10? Really? Don't look a day over 9.
No, probably passed for 13 with heels.
That's right.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the world with your musical career, and I'm sure if this is any indication, as you get older and, in fact, taller, you'll probably even get better. It'll be great. Yeah. We'll be right back after these words. Stay with us. Thank you. That's Happy Kind in the orchestra, ladies and gentlemen. The Mirthmakers. Aren't they wonderful? You know, we're kind of lucky tonight to have with us today a man who has made a very, very significant medical discovery. He's here to share it with us now. He's from the Department of Internal Medicine at Rutledge University. Please welcome Dr. Hugh Slocum. The doctor's in. We're lucky to find you in. Welcome.
What's up, Doc?
Gary. I understand you've discovered a part of the body that no one has ever identified before, or not even seen that much. Can you tell our audience a little bit about it, what it is?
Yes. Through much medical research and study, I have found a new internal organ never found before, which I like to call the Slocum.
Well, of course, after yourself. A good thing you're not Dr. Irwin's stomach. You could get sued, you know, because they already have one of those. That's great. Exactly what is this? I mean, people don't find new organs every day, that's for sure.
Oh, that's true. That's true. This is probably the most important in-body find.
Well, maybe you can tell us exactly how you found the Slocum and, you know, what does it do?
Well, I was looking at this X-ray of a routine stroke patient. No, nothing at all. And I was looking, and I noticed this shadow behind the heart. Well, naturally, I thought my nurse had gotten her thumb in the picture. She's done that a number of times, you know. However, on closer inspection, I found that it was indeed a Slocum.
Exactly, what does the Slocum do, I think is...
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, too. It's it must have a function.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, the Slocum is the oral sensitizer.
Now,
Exactly.
I'm not a medical man, and I know...
Well, actually, that's a new word. You see, being it's a new organ, you have to find new terms. So
Okay.
I call it oral sensitizer.
And what
Good
would
thing
that-
you didn't call it a slocum sizer or something. Well, name that
As a matter of fact, I did call it that, but it seems that
No one
somebody
knows.
had discovered a different organ. They had called it Slocum, too, you know, was a branch of the family. Anyway, well, the reason I call it an oral sensitizer, very simply, is if you eat something very cold,
Sure.
you know, like an ice cream cone or an ice cream sandwich,
An ice cream sundae.
an ice cream sundae,
Even
yes.
a pint of ice cream out
Yes,
of a...
yes, ice, just ice water,
Chew ice.
chew ice, yes, dry ice,
Eskimo sundae.
Eskimo pop.
Sherbet? Okay, well,
I think we get the idea.
Yeah.
If you eat that, you know, anything that's really that cold, you know, as soon as your teeth hit that cold food, you get this tremendous headache.
Right up in the sinuses, right in here.
Right.
You just go, ooh, yeah.
Right, yes, what you see,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think we all do.
The Slocum controls that. You'll find it there in my book.
Yeah, we have a copy of your book here somewhere. I don't know what we did with it. It's got to be here somewhere. Jerry, have you,
Oh, the book. I guess it's just...
just clean it?
I think,
This is walnuts.
I think I'm to blame for that. I think I took his book home yesterday.
Yours?
Oh, yeah.
They tell me you have my book here.
I took it home yesterday. I'm
Did you
sorry.
read it? Did you read it?
Well, no, my air conditioning's going out, and I wanted something to jar the door open with. It makes it like door jam.
Oh, Jerry.
Well, I'm sorry. I feel like a complete fool.
Well, you...
Well, the reason I'm on the program is they told me we would discuss my book and you'd have it here.
Jerry,
Can you come back another
it's not
time?
your book to take home. Well, listen,
Perfectly
Doctor.
all right.
How did I know he was coming on today? It could have been next week's guest.
It's all right.
It's
I
my
happen
luck
to
we
have
got a
an
heat
extra.
wave and my air conditioner went out. What are the chances of that, medically speaking, of a heat wave the same time an air conditioner goes out and a doctor appearing on the show?
Well, I don't think there's any precedent.
Yeah. Doctor, I think you'll just probably have to describe
Yeah, well,
the
it's
book
all
as
right.
best
I
you
have
can.
an X-ray
I can
here.
describe the book. It was blue and green and had the doctor's photograph on it.
No. I have an X-ray here somewhere which shows you the original discovery of the original Slocum.
We
the
have that X-ray, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
The X-ray has to be back here somewhere.
it's the only X-ray I have.
Jerry,
No, I didn't. Shoot. You don't.
this is...
I'm afraid we're kind of...
You know where it could be? These things tend to slip down in here somewhere. Oh, look what I found.
It's
When you're not even looking for them.
just like that.
Have you found my X-ray?
Found the clock. I know what time it is.
50 cents. There's got to be more. That's... Well,
They'll turn up.
yeah. So, don't worry now. We're sorry about this, but I don't mean to be disrespectful, though.
I'm embarrassed. I
did
feel like a complete fool.
No, we did lose the book. I agree. And right on out, Jerry, you're only human. That's going to happen. We did lose the X-ray, but I must say, also, your discovery doesn't exactly sound like the most interesting thing in the world. About as much fun hearing about this as it is sitting around watching paint dry, if you know what I mean.
Well, this is the most disorganized show I've been on. I've been cross-country on shows, and I've never had on one this disorganized.
Listen, I'm sorry, sir. I mean, maybe it's because what you're doing is exciting, you know. You may think that we don't have it together here on the show. We do. We've had some really big stars. We've had some very big stars on the show, and I think you say, what can we lose next? Well, I think we're going to lose you. Doctor, we'll be right back after these words. Stay with us.
Non-fiction.
Thanks, Abby. Our next guest has become something of a local celebrity here in Fernwood. She's been written up in both the local papers, which is something. And last Sunday, she made the cover of This Week in Fernwood, so we're kind of proud to have her here. Please welcome Mrs. Mary Ann Cox.
Yes, and what a trip it was. We went coach this time. No economy.
Wow.
They had a terrific movie. It was called The Doberman Gang. You know, when you put those headphones in your ears, I mean, it's almost like being there.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you a great trick you can play, too. You can take those little rubber tips off the headphones, put them in your salad, and ring the bells. Miss, what's wrong with these mushrooms? I'm sorry. It's your turn. It's your time. Okay. Of course, now, you did go to Hollywood. Can you tell us about your big experience out there in Hollywood?
Oh, yes. Well, you know, I stayed with my sister Eileen. Oh, my sister Eileen. That's the name of a big movie. You know.
Sure.
As long as it's not a brand name.
Well, anyway, I mean, you cannot imagine the millions of laughs that we've had over that during the past few years.
This is not going to be a story all in movie titles, is it? Because they're cute, but I hate them. Really.
How about Too Much Too Soon?
Well, anyway, I mean, being in Hollywood is terrific, but being where your sister's name is in a movie, well, I mean, it's all just too much.
It is an incredible coincidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what happened, Mrs. Cox? I mean, that's not enough.
Well, Eileen and I went out and got roaring drunk.
Oh, that's enough. That's great. That's
not a
great.
movie
Now we're getting somewhere. That's great.
Oh, I mean, it's not that I like alcohol.
No.
I mean, but, you know, when you haven't seen your sister Eileen, you know, for a
Have a
long
lost
time.
weekend.
Yeah, and you kind of want to have a little drink to celebrate.
So you had one glass of, exactly what?
Well, it's more like 9 glasses of martinis.
Mrs. Cox, can we get to the story? I mean, what happened that got you your picture in the Sunday supplement?
I crashed my car into Dean Martin's car.
You're kidding.
No, I did it.
What incredible luck. Was this your first trip to Hollywood?
Oh, my God.
Bingo, the first time out.
Oh, boy. Rent a car? One of those?
Oh, yes.
So here we are. You're smashed. Now Dean's car is smashed because you smashed into him. What happened?
I was so excited, I nearly spit up.
Whoa. Those 9 martinis helped out, too, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, olives first. Marianne, that's terrific. Now, let's just try to backtrack a little bit and take this chronologically. You're smashed. The car is smashed. What happened right after the accident?
Well, we got out of the cars to kind of examine the damage, you know, see what had happened.
Sure. Even in Hollywood, they do that.
Sure.
Perfect
My
announcement.
car wasn't even scratched.
Oh, my gosh.
But his car had a bashed-in headlight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta tell you, he went into this hysterical routine about how his car is the only one of its kind in all of the world.
Oh.
And the headlight's gonna cost $1,000.
$1,000. That's more than I paid for my whole car. And my car is a classic.
Now, Jerry, classic cars have doors. Come on.
Don't listen to him.
Okay, what happened next, Mrs. Cox?
Well, after he kind of calmed down, we exchanged licenses.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I guess what's on the mind of all our viewers right now, Mrs. Cox, is what's Dean Martin really like? I mean, really like.
Oh, well, from my personal experience with him and the things he said to me, I Can tell you he's a real lady killer. He said to me straight out, "You stupid barracuda."
Oh,
I can just see him saying that, too, in that way he
He's
has.
such a kidder.
When they bring back laughing, I hope they bring him back, too.
No, Marianne, Dean Martin was never on Laugh-In.
Yes, he was.
No.
With that other fellow.
No, you're thinking of Dick Martin.
No. It's Dean Martin. He has a mustache, and he'd always turn to the other guy and say, "Say goodnight, Dick."
No, that's Dick Rowan.
Dan Rowan. Yeah, maybe you ran into Dan Rowan. That's almost as good.
I don't think I
Mrs.
did.
Cox, just exactly who was it you ran into?
I mean, I saw his license. It said Martin, Dean.
Maybe it just looked like a comma in your drunken stupor. Perhaps it was just a guy named Martin Dean.
Or maybe it was a dean out at UCLA or something named Martin.
Could have been Martin Denny, the guy that does the Hawaiian music.
Right.
I don't think
That's Morton Downey.
Not Morton Downey. You're thinking of the guy that makes all the pancakes and all those cake mixes. That's the Downey you're thinking of. It could have been Dean Stockwell or James Dean.
Jimmy Dean. James Dean that would be ironic to run into James Dean because a lot of people still think he's alive. That's right.
I think it could have been Robert Dean Nero.
No. Well, I mean, we all make mistakes.
Well,
We've made more than our share here, haven't we?
absolutely. You can always come on here and make a mistake. Hey, we've made our share, and I think that's pretty clear. We'll be right back after these words. Stay with us. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow night. Good night.
Also appearing on tonight's show were Tina LaCamari as Donna Lou Savage, Mickey Dean as Dr. Hugh Slocum, and Lavina Dawson as Marianne Cox.
Stay tuned for The Righteous Apples, followed by a sound stage special featuring the Oak Ridge Boys here on TV 12.